Hello everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Dr. Iyabo. I'm the Money to Honey coach. I'm your favorite business, lifestyle, and dating coach. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, take the moment now, take this opportunity to hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel because I have lots of videos for you to help you elevate your life in all ways, basically, to help you make money from entrepreneurship, to help you have really solid love and platonic relationships, and also to help your overall health and wellness, well-being life. So my channel is all about your financial development as well as your self-development. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button now. Don't wait any longer, okay? And let your friends and your family know about my channel also. Let them know that Dr. Iyabo has a YouTube channel where you can learn a lot about your self-development and your financial development. And if you need my coaching, you guys know what to do. Just go to the description in this video and it will tell you how to sign up for my coaching, or just comment below and say, Dr. Iyabo, I would love you to have you as my personal coach to help me make money and to help me date wiser. So just comment below and include your email address. But if you don't want to put your email address for the whole public to see, then definitely just go to the description in this video and learn how to contact me. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, make sure that you follow me on Instagram, and you can send me a private DM on my Instagram channel as well. That's really important because I'm most active on my Instagram. So if you really need to catch me quickly, just send me a DM on my Instagram for my coaching, okay? So today we're talking about this video, especially for single women. So if you're single or you're divorced, the topic for today is what to do. What are the 5 ways to get that man? What are the 5 ways to find him fast, to get him to you fast? So are you single? Are you divorced? Have you been waiting for Mr. Right? Have you been wondering how you can attract him fast? Have you been wondering that, what do I do in this waiting period to actually get him to me fast? Well, I'm giving you 5 solid ways today that you can use, okay? That you can use, utilize, implement to get that man fast, the Mr. Right, that high quality man that you've been waiting for. These are 5 solid ways and things that you can do to attract him to you fast, okay? So number 1, let's just dive in. If I asked you a question today, okay, and I ask you that, do you love yourself? Would you be able to answer that question fast? Would you be able to say, oh yes, Dr. Iyabo, for sure, I love myself, I love my life? Would you be able to answer that? Can you wake up in the morning before you take a shower and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love myself, I love my life? If you're still having difficulty answering that question, okay, then you're probably not yet ready to attract Mr. Right. Okay, I just want to say that up front to you now. For you to be able to attract a high quality man, for you to be able to attract Mr. Right, for you to be able to attract that soulmate that is out there for you and actually have a really lovely relationship with him, you need to love your life first. You need to love yourself first. So if you are not yet in that space where you can say without any shadow of a doubt that you love yourself, you love your life, then you are not yet ready to attract Mr. Right. If you're hoping that when Mr. Right comes, he's going to help you make your life right, he's going to help you make your life, love your life, or or you feel that it's after you attract Mr. Right that your life will now get wonderful, then you're missing the point. You will attract a lot of men, but if you don't love yourself and love your life and think highly of what you have right now and who you are and love who you are right now, it's going to be hard for you to find a good man because it's going to show that you're just looking for somebody to rescue you. So that's the first question. This is very important. Can you say without a shadow of a doubt that you love yourself and you love your life? Because the truth, guys or ladies, the truth is, if you don't love yourself, it's going to be hard for others to love you authentically. It's just the truth, okay? It's not selfish, it's not conceited, it's not self-centered. You have to love your life, you have to love yourself for others to be able to love you authentically as well. And the moment you start to love yourself is when you're going to be able to see clearly, have clarity about who you really want in your life. Because if you love yourself, then you know that you don't want somebody who is not going to augment that love you have for yourself in your life. You get what I'm saying? If you love yourself, you're not going to want somebody to come into your life and dilute that. You're going to want to attract somebody who's going to augment that happiness you already have for yourself. So if you're not happy with your life, if you don't love your life, you are not yet ready to attract that good guy. You're not yet ready. So the first thing you have to think about is that, and then you have to start preparing yourself from inside out on how you're going to start loving yourself, how you're going to start saying those affirmations every day and thanking God and being grateful for the life you already have, saying, thank you, God, that I'm alive and healthy. Thank you, God, that my children are doing well. Think of all the good things that are going on in your life now. Start to journal about them, start to affirm them, then write them down and start to increase that self-love you have for yourself. Build up on your self-love, your self-esteem, and your self-confidence, and your gratitude for where you are right now. Because if you're watching this video, you're alive, right? You're alive, and chances are you probably feel well. That's why you're watching this video. You're healthy enough to be able to even click onto YouTube and watch a video. So you have lots to be grateful for. And you have to start there. You have to start affirming the love you have for yourself, that you love your life, and you're happy where you are right now. If you're not happy where you are right now, you're not yet ready for a relationship, okay? It's just the truth. Again, I'm not saying you have to be 100% happy and jumping for joy and everything. Maybe I should say, are you at peace? That's probably the right word, not happiness. Are you at peace with where you are right now? Do you feel that you love yourself? So that's number one. The way for you to attract a high quality guy fast is to first learn how to love yourself first, and how to appreciate your life, and how to love your single life first. If you hate your life, hate your single life, hate everything about yourself, and you think when you get a partner you'll be happy, you are not going to be happy, okay? So that's one of the fastest ways to start to attract a high quality guy, because you will be surprised once you start to have that peace within yourself and the self-esteem and the self-confidence. He will show up. It works like magic. He will show up, and when he shows up, you'll be able to recognize him, and you'll stop attracting people that are not men that are not good for you. Number two, okay, where's my number two? Number two, you have to heal. Okay, now all these points, 5 points, are related to each other. Number two, you need to heal. A lot of us have a lot of garbage from our past, a lot of hurts, lack of forgiveness, all sorts of junk from our past. So have you healed from your past? If you're divorced, have you been able to come to terms with your divorce? Have you been able to come to terms with the loss you had with your partner before? Are you sure you're ready to move on? Are you in a space where you have forgiven, you're at peace, you're happy, you've moved on, you don't have many regrets? I mean, you may still have a few regrets, but do you feel strong and healed enough to move forward? That is really important. You have to journal about that. Where are you at? Do you still have resentments for your ex? You know, do you still hate your ex? Do you still hate them for what they did? Are you still saying you'll never forgive them? Do you still have that knot in your chest where you're like, I'll never forgive him, I'll never forgive her, you know, blah, blah, blah. You cannot go on to a new relationship. You cannot attract a good guy. If you're single and you're wondering why you can't find Mr. Right, it's because you haven't healed. One of the reasons is because you haven't healed. And if you need help for healing, get a counselor or a therapist. You have to heal. You have to let go of the past. You have to write in your journal and say, I'm healed. I'm ready to move forward. I don't hate my ex again. I have love for him. I want to move on and have a flourishing, lovely, peaceful life. I want to look forward, not backwards. You have to practice that healing journey. and you have to be sure that you've healed and you're really ready to move on, and you don't have any hate or resentment in your heart anymore. Because if you don't, you'll either just keep attracting the wrong guy, or you'll misuse the relationships when you find the right guy, and no relationship will stick, because you're still going to be acting out of hurt and disappointment. You're still not going to be able to move on and be happy with the person you're with, okay? Or you're just not even going to be able to attract a good guy. So one of the 5 ways, if you're single and waiting for Mr. Right, one of the 5 ways to get him to you fast is to heal and be sure that you have healed. Okay, so that was the second one. The third way to get him to you fast, okay, is to prepare your inner circle, to prepare the kinds of relationships you have in your life. Many people don't think about this. They just think about preparing themselves, but you also have to prepare the kind of relationships you have. Let me explain. So, who are your friends? Who are your friends? What does your family think about certain kinds of men that you're dating? If you're an adult and you still feel that your parents are responsible for your life, and you have to go and run everybody that you're going to marry by your parents, then you have a problem, okay? If you're an adult above the age of 18, you should be able to make a decision yourself. Again, I'm not saying you won't listen to advice, but if you need everybody's validation, okay, or if your mom and your dad are going to help you choose your partner, they're going to criticize every partner, say you can't marry a black man, you can't marry a white man, you can't marry an Indian man, even though you feel they're the best for you. Again, this one's a bit complex. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to advice. You should listen to advice. But if you're in a space where you feel that the advice is negative, it's very controlling, it has hurt you in the past, then you have to be careful. It's like with me, my marriage, my first marriage, what really ended the marriage was so much interference from my ex's mom. So for him now, I hope before he goes into anything in the future, I hope he will think and ask himself and make sure that there's not going to be that interference again from his mom with his new wife, because otherwise the cycle is just going to keep repeating itself. That's what I mean. If you know you have some kind of adverse, of course, if you trust your parents, I trusted my mom and dad. They they would give me advice, but they were not controlling. Okay, they would give me advice, like, they would give me advice, then it was left to me to decide. But if you have parents who are controlling and who have you wrapped around their little finger and they expect you to do what they say, you have to think about that first. You have to have a discussion with them and say, okay, this time when I find this guy, I will appreciate your advice, but I don't want you to control me, and I don't want you to make life miserable for the guy. Because some parents, if they don't like the guy, they will show it, they will make life miserable for the guy. So you have to examine your close relationships and make sure those are ready also. Or if you have a group of friends that they probably don't have your best success at heart, they're envious, or you don't think they want you with a partner, or they're toxic, or they have a mindset that is not very good for the married life, or you have to deal with those first. I'm not saying you should cut everybody off and cut all your parents off. That's not what I'm saying. But you probably want to introspect about those, have a conversation with those people, and make sure that they understand that, okay, you're going out into the dating field this time, you need their support, but you don't want it to be controlling. But if they're toxic friends, absolutely you should create a distance from them. You can't cut off your parents, but you can have a conversation with your parents. That last time, the way they behaved towards your ex and this and that, you didn't like it, blah, 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 you're an adult. But if you have toxic friends who you think the way they're thinking and what they think about relationships and marriage is toxic, you should probably cut them off or move far away from them, because some of you have friends that are making it hard for you to be able to attract a good guy. So that was the third thing. If you want to attract Mr. Right fast, you need to do a deep examination of your close relationships, your family, your friends, your work colleagues that you feel maybe teaching you toxic things that are going to adversely affect your relationship. Again, I'm not saying you should not listen to advice. You should have about 2 to 3 people that you trust, that you can ask for advice, right? But not the whole world, not the whole world. Number 4, if you want to attract Mr. Right fast, if you're single and you're still waiting on God to answer your prayers and you're wondering why it's not happening, this number 4 is super important, okay? How are you developing your financial life and your purpose life? Okay, a lot of you women put all your goals and dreams on hold. You hyper focus on looking for a man. You don't take care of your own dreams. You have a dream to start a business. You don't start the business yet because you're focused on this man. Okay, you have your own self-development. You're not working on that. You're hyper focused on this man. In fact, you may even have a boyfriend that you're giving him money rather than using the money to develop yourself. You're hyper focused on a man rather than thinking of developing your own self, your own future, your own financial security. Okay? You have to have some form of financial independence or financial security if you want to attract a high quality man. There's no man that was created to be your bank, women. There's no man that was created to just give you money all the time. What's that? What kind of life is that anyway? You just want to be a woman who wakes up in the morning and is catered 400% by her husband. He gives you money for everything. You don't have anything productive going on. That's not a very fulfilling or productive way to live. Okay, women? So what are you doing about your own life? You hate your 9-to-5 job. What are you doing to make it better? Are you working harder? Are you trying to rise up the ranks in your job? Are you trying to earn money? That side job you want to do, are you working on it? Are you building your own future? Do you have a retirement account that you've started? Do you have a savings account? Right? Are you cleaning up your credit score? Are you cleaning up your financial life? Are you thinking of investments? Even if you want to buy a house, what's holding you up? You don't want to buy a house before you meet a man. Start working on your own dreams and goals. Like number 1, start loving your life. Start improving your own financial and self-development so that you feel solid, so that your self-esteem will be high, so that your self-confidence will be high, and you will attract a good man. But if you put all your dreams and goals on hold because you're waiting for a man to help you fulfill all your goals and dreams, you're not going to attract a high quality man. And even if you attract a high quality man, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out because there's no man that is your bank. You should be able to earn your own money and then come into a partnership with a good man, and you guys can both have a good life. So if you want to attract a high quality man fast, you need to start focusing on your own financial independence and your financial freedom. You cannot be a parasite to any man. You have to love your life. You have to be happy single. You have to be happy making money. You have to feel like you're fulfilled and that you are doing something meaningful with your life. Okay? And then the last one is common sense. If you want to attract a high quality man, are you even putting yourself out there? Right? Or are you just locked up every day? Some of you will say you can't find a good man, but you're not on any dating site. I know that there's not good dating sites in Africa, and I know a lot of you ask me, but unfortunately, I guess there's no dating sites in Africa, or maybe there's some and they're not good. But those of you who are in countries like America, England, and all of those, you'll say you can find a high quality man, but you're not on any dating sites. You think that everybody on the dating sites are all murderers and this and they're bad men. That's not true. I met my husband on Match.com. So number 5, you're looking for a high quality guy, but he's not going to come down your chimney or break through your window or come through your door. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to join dating sites. You have to join some kind of networking groups online. You have to go to places where there are good men. You have to put yourself out there before you can attract a high quality man. You can't lock yourself inside all day 24/7 and expect the man to show up. You have to go to the places where you believe high quality men will be. And I'm not saying married men, don't go to places where there's tons of married men. I'm not saying you should, because some of you go to places where they're married men and then you're asking me, oh, but the place I went to, there were only married men there and there's a married man interested in me. What do you think? I don't sign up for that. A married man is a no-go area. Okay? It's a no-go area. So go to places where you know they're single men, right? If you're invited to a wedding and you're single, go. If you're invited, and I know COVID is going on, which makes it even harder, but that's the most reason why you should be on a dating site, or you should be on some of these networking sites. LinkedIn has all sorts of professional groups or sites. There's some Facebook groups you can join that have both men and women. So make sure you're networking online. Make sure you put yourself out there, because you never know where he'll show up. So these are the 5 ways. If you're single and you're in the waiting period and you're wondering and waiting when or how Mr. Right is going to show up, these are the 5 ways. Because for me, these are the 5 things I was doing in order to attract a high quality guy. And I'm not going to name them at the end, because I know some of you fast forward my videos and then you listen to the conclusion at the end. Make sure you're not doing that. Watch this video in its entirety so you can get all the points I just made. So I hope this helps. If you're single or divorced and you've been waiting for Mr. Right, it's because you are not putting these 5 things into practice. These are the 5 ways that you will attract him fast. So make sure you write these down and start to work on them, and you guys come back and tell me. You guys come back and tell me if you start working on all these things in the next 6 to 12 months or 6 months to 18 months, he will show up. He will show up. And I want you guys to come back and tell me your results. He will show up if you start practicing these 5 things. I hope this video was helpful. If you know a single or divorced woman who's been waiting, please make sure you share this video with her. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with her, share it with any groups you have, and let us start to help each other. And make sure you subscribe now, and please make sure you put a comment below. If you love this video, tell me what you think of it, or just give me some hearts or high fives, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.